What's up, guys? Felix here. So I want to talk about why I might be quitting my PhD. So here's the thing: when I started my PhD, I was given a 12-month contract. So with the PhD job offers, it varies. Sometimes the school gives you a 4 months guaranteed funding, and you don't really want to box yourself into that because with inflation and everything, it's you lose in the long run, like for the years. And if this all got over your head, don't worry about it. So usually, what you want is a 1 year guaranteed, and then renewable, year after year, and it increases after that. Now, I started October 1st, 2021, and on that same day, now with the 12-month contract, it had health insurance, tuition remission, so I wasn't supposed to pay anything, right? With When I started, I got an email from my advisor and anytime I mention an advisor, please note that I'm talking about an academic advisor. I have another advisor who assists me with research and stuff. That person is called my PI. So anytime I mention PI, think of it as my research advisor. And when I mention an advisor, I'm talking about my academic advisor. All right, let's continue. So on October 1st, 2021, I get a new email that I should sign. So I looked through the thing, and it's pretty much a new offer letter. But now instead of 12 months, it's 9 months. So I emailed my advisor, CC my PI, and the dean of graduate college on it. I'm like, hey, so is that offer letter void now? Does it mean I don't get summer included? Pretty much what they say is, oh, I shouldn't worry, whatnot. It's just for health insurance purposes. That's why they bill it for 9 months. And I'm like, okay, sure. I mean, so I talked to my PI, right, after all of this happened, because I signed the 9 months offer. I'm like, okay, so what's happening? My PI is like, well, he's worked with people in other departments. So I'm a biomed engineering. I'm in the biomed engineering college, but my advisor has students from CS, and then what do you call it, electrical engineering. So he works with other students as well from other departments. He's like, he's never seen anything like this before, so it's a little scary. It throws a little wrench in the whole plan of my PhD, but it's not that much of a big deal because it's not, it's just 3 months. But that 3 months, still a lot, some money that I may be missing out, although it's not certain yet. So what I did was to start seeking internships, looking for internships at that point in time, because I didn't want to go to the summer and not get any funding, at least from the school. The way the offer was situated at first, I had to TA and also do a research for 20 hours per week. But with the summer, it was more looking like my PI was going to get 100%, was going to fund 100% of the funding, which wasn't the original agreement. So yeah, anyway, I started looking for internships and applied for a few. I think I applied for LinkedIn, Google, I think uh, not Facebook actually. I think I applied to Microsoft as well. I'm not sure, and Zoom actually, and then I applied for one other internship, but that wasn't more of an application. It was more of me just reaching out to the CEO, because I had already interviewed the CEO, so I knew him. Um, I just realized the light just changed, which is interesting. Anyway, so yeah, so I knew the CEO. What happened was I just emailed the CEO and asked him, "Oh, hey, I'm interested in doing this." So, and prior to this, I had already talked to my PI about, doing an internship in the summer. I was like, yeah, that's fine, that's okay. If I find an internship, why not? He will allow me to do it. So he gets back to me. We talk about the whole company because I know the company that he's, working on. And I'm like, hey, I'm doing my PhD. I would love to do an internship, a machine learning internship if you guys have a position available. And I was like, yeah. So he connects me with the recruiter. We talk back and forth. I do some interviews with them, and boom, I get the job offer. Now, this is where the problems begin. So as an international student, working is as a student is limited. You have two options, either to use what we call CPT or to use OPT. Now think of CPT as doing work related to your major, and think of OPT as usually you do it after graduation. You have 2 years. It's 12 months, and then you can extend it for another 12 months. It's 2 years. You can extend it for another 12 months. Yeah. So that's so usually you use a CPT because that's easier. And what I was doing, it's a biotech company, and I was doing machine learning. So it's related to my work. So I thought that being an international student, the whole thing was going to be very easy, especially since my PI had agreed to it. So I contact my academic advisor because he has to sign and everything. First, I did contact the international office to ask them the process, and they were like, "Hey, you just gotta talk to your advisor. He has to fill out a form, and then send it to us, and then we'll approve it." And I'm like, "Sure." And then I talked to my academic advisor, and this is where the problems begin. So my academic advisor is like, "Well, it's on you. You're for a first year PhD student to do an internship. So I should probably reconsider." So at the time, because of that email, I think my PI was also getting cold feet. I think it was because of what my advisor said. My PI was like, "Did I make a wrong decision recommending him to do an internship?" So he emails me and it's like, "Hey, I think it would be best if you work in the lab for the summer still, instead of doing the internship. Although the internship will pay way more, I think he thinks it will be best to do a PhD, continue with my PhD in the summer," which I had no problem with. Now my problem was that I didn't know whether I was getting funded, and I still technically don't know whether I'm getting funded for the summer or not. I assume it's gonna be, and that's the whole reason why I applied for the internship, by the way. It was more to get some leverage so that the school will tell me whether they are funding me for the summer or not, but they never did. My PI is like, "Don't worry." And my PI is good. I know to an extent that even if the school doesn't fund half of it, he can, still fund me, which is good. But I was like, do I want to place it all on someone's words? Last time I trusted someone without paperwork, I got screwed over. So every time I'm doing something like this, especially in academia or in a company, you want to have paperwork done. Someone has to sign something to at least, guarantee such things. So that's why I applied for the internship. So at that point in time, I felt a little bit alone, also very sad, and angry at the same time. And this all made me fall into a 2-day depression, which was interesting. I get 1 or 2 mental breakdowns in a year. Anyway, mental breakdown is real, by the way, for anyone who has doubts. You don't feel it until you fall in it. Let's continue. So at that point in time, I had to email the recruiter of the company, and I was like, "Hey, I'm having some problems because I'm an international student. So if I can have some time, I can resolve the issue." So they were very good. They were really nice with it. And I'm like, yeah, sure. You just keep us posted on how things are going. And by the way, I like the company a lot. I like the team and what you're doing. So I really actually wanted to have that summer experience. And as I'm talking now, it's still unresolved. So I emailed my advisor, telling him the reasons why I think doing an internship will be good for me, and she replies and is like, "Oh, hey, I think you don't have to tell me the internship is good. I know it's good. I'll discuss with the dean and possibly go to the graduate committee for them to discuss." And I was like, "Sure, just keep me posted." So he discussed it with the dean, and the dean is like, "Yeah, we'll add it to the agenda for next week's meeting." So next week comes around, right? You'll have the meeting on Monday, and I emailed my advisor end of day Monday, asking her whether there's an update on the meeting on whether they are gonna allow me to do the internship or not. And my advisor is like, "Hey, the chair canceled the meeting, so I don't." She's gonna put it at the top of the agenda next week. So because the meeting was canceled, I emailed the recruiter back, and I told her that, "Hey, I wish I could give you an answer right now, but I cannot, because I still don't know whether they're gonna release me to actually work with you guys. So how about next week Monday? I should have an answer by then. If I don't, I'll probably just let you guys choose a different candidate. I had to I was very fortunate to get a recruiter like that who was willing to hold the job for me for that long of a time. So yeah, that was really nice. So this is where I'm currently at. Next week is, as I'm recording this video today, is I believe Thursday, the 10th. So video is probably gonna come out on a Sunday, so I'll probably know on Monday what exactly is going on. Fingers crossed. I hope they actually approve this, because at the end of the day, I've tried my best to inquire about whether I'm going to be paid for the summer, and they haven't really gotten back to me. So it's like wicked in a way, or even like borderline BS to not release me to do an internship in the summer, since I don't know whether I'm going to be paid for the summer or not, at least from the school's perspective. Because right now, the way my funding is, half of it comes from the school and half of it comes from my PI, which makes sense for a first year because you have to TA and then I also do research assistant, and they say 20 hours per week, but I work like 40. So it is what it is. But I'll update you guys in probably a short video. Maybe do a YouTube short for the first time. That'll be good. Maybe next week. How about that? Because I'll know the status by Monday. I'm hoping everything goes well. So I'll see you guys in the next video.
I grew up in a place where they told you what to chase, told you how to run the race. Every move